Good morning, evening, afternoon. I'm Tato Cat. Welcome to my channel. Today we're playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy are plot for short. Like adding that part makes it not for short. I'm just going to start calling it plot. We are at the second part. We are on our first trial, the second part of our first trial. If you want to get real confusing with it, is that an octopus hot dog on her choker? I just now realized that. Kinda like it. Cool. What was I? Ah, yes. Judging her. So she keeps going on this premeditated thing, and then we're like, hi, it's not. And Edgeworth pops in and goes, well, frankly, my dear, we don't give a damn if it's premeditated or not. All that matters is the murder part. And she's still going on about the premeditated part. And we use the autopsy against her because she's like, and he ran into her knife. He ran into her knife 10 times, sort of thing, when he was stabbed once, according to the autopsy. But Edgeworth said it first, and so now everybody's like, Edgeworth, you're so dreamy. Which is true. But the point is I'm the one who said it. So he should be saying, oh, Phoenix, you're so dreamy. But no, that's fine. And now she's talking about ketchup on rice. It looks like, according to this image. And that's where we left off. That was a rambly intro. So let's continue. You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. Stop feeding people. Where are you getting this food from? Are you just pulling it out of... I'm objectively well equipped, but I can't just pull lunch boxes out of there. I'd make a killing if I could do that. Should learn how to do that. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Did you? Where? According to this image, where? Splattered blood from her victim. From her chest. Where? Where is the splatter? Where? Ulti, where? That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Her red muffler looks like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Hey, what? Her red muffler? Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. She's right. Miss Sky was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. A judge with a bib. And that's why this place feels so much like a kindergarten sometimes. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright! This is our chance! Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her ability as a detective really sets her off. The short wig, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we did that. The victim way to the prosecutor's office. Had a grudge against the victim. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Was it a gas? She's not wearing a scarf. She's not wearing it there. Chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. She wasn't wearing it. She wasn't wearing it. Oh, this is gonna hurt if I'm wrong. Oh, but she wasn't wearing it. She wasn't wearing it. Look, it's not in the photo. It's not there. She doesn't have it around her neck. Okay.
Objection! Objection!
But so I objected, and then he's objecting me. Okay. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not. Okay, Edgeworth. Stop stealing my objections. I had to actually do things about logically not thinking about things. And you're stealing my thunder. Okay? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or a muffler of any kind. Are mufflers for your hand? Maybe, is that just a muff? Of any kind. When she stabbed the victim. And you proved yourself with this photograph. But that's only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you have finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection, chopped liver? But it was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red, really. Well, now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember something accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? Also, can you hear my... I keep forgetting that sometimes that thing, the dialogue like that is sometimes a thought, and sometimes it's a whisper. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Apprehending the suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. You're quite determined about this scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake, and I bite like a cobra, which is also a snake. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. Aren't most people? The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman, roar. I'm sorry, roar. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you will. She made a phone call. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. But she called right after the murder. I really don't want to take hit points, so I'm just gonna press everything. So, where is this partition on the floor map plan? I know which partition it is. I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Which is, I guess it's a citizen's arrest. You quickly? Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details. Press her! I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was... She was a visitor. Thus she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here. That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Star? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing. The cough of Queen Lunch Lady. Athlete indeed. It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high too. So how did Miss Sky knock it away? Yes, I arrested her. She mentioned the muffler. She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word. Just that one word. So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else. Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean... Ask further. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at this crime scene? Yes, ultimately. My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. No, the court doesn't see, Miss Star. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall. That's right. In the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order. And so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency panel phone even was out of order that day. Which seems like not a great thing for the emergency phone to not work. Like, it seems like an emergency risk sort of factor thing that is problematic. Safety-wise. Good witnessing, witness. gonna say that to somebody the next time they do something. If it's like a cook, I'm gonna be like, good cooking, cook. And see how they react. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? That doesn't exist in this game. You silly man. You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. What? Like, actually testify? Lana's cell phone. The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. I saw it all. How she tried the phone on the wall. This is not something somebody would do if they killed somebody. This sounds like something somebody would do if they saw somebody dead in front of them and they were trying to contact somebody to help. Why she would call her sister is unknown, other than the fact that she'd realize she'd instantly be the person to be blamed for this. So do you think you could restate your testimony in the court? I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition even. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. And when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Wright? I did it again. Okay, that was weird. She made to escape? Can you be more specific? She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pate of foie gras. Huh? She even kicked over an oil drum at me. An oil drum? There was an oil drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime. But it's strange. What is that? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? The other way? Yeah, there's a door. There's lots of doors. There's 2 doors. The other... the parking lot entrance. That's right. It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil drums. Excellent! More mysteries! I wish we could solve a few before finding more though. Sorry, I have to listen to all the things. So Miss Sky tried to run. I'm I'm sorry my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright. Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it. You have to believe me. Yeah, there's a lot of things happening. Yeah, I saw it all. I mean, that it makes no sense that she would do that. Based off of how we've seen things. Alright, so... Because everything seems wrong. Everything seems a bit wrong here. But yeah, like, there are other places she could have run if she was trying to run away. But also... But yeah, why would she go run for the phones and stuff? Why wouldn't she just use her phone? Wasn't it obvious that it was out of order? Also, how could she see behind the wall? Let me see, how big is... Yeah, how can she see behind the wall? She's over here, right? So how can she see behind the wall? The phone is behind the wall. You can't see from that other... Okay. Yeah, so I will put new since the floor plan.
Objection!
Miss Star, I have concluded that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky.
Objection!
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Star, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, how could you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call? I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the backside of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. What? Order? What's the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies. Pretty clever one. I feel like that's what he's thinking when he says things like this.
Objection!
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie the witness has told the court. Here's where the counter attack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. Shoot! This is really can't get wrong. Oh my goodness. The witness lied about what she saw, where she saw it, the order of events. What she saw. Because if she's... or where she saw it. And that would explain why she didn't run the way she did. Where she saw it. This guy tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie, see? But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location.
Objection!
A different location. Now that's a pointless lie, if I ever heard one.
Objection!
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The placement where Miss Star was located. How specific do I have to be? I'm guessing she came from here. She's probably here with her boyfriend. How do I do it? Slide, present. Why?
Take that!
There we go. Let's push next. This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room. Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness not being part of the prosecutor's office couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition, I keep wanting to say parking lot for some reason, partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Ooh! Well, we'll see how she's gonna react to this in the next episode. Things are getting super interesting. I only have like 2 hit points left, so I can't mess up. We'll see how far I can go without failing in the next episode. Until then, see you next time.